Last time, we talked about how HSPs can shift from overwhelm to clarity by using their own resources. But what happens when we realize our own resources aren't quite adequate for returning to the zone? How do we gather the courage, much less the tactful words, for voicing our requests so that others openly consider our needs? I'm Dana Hicks, a licensed clinical mental health counselor, and I have 6 tips for recruiting help when returning to the zone. Tip 1 is remember your needs are valid. So the difference in your current level of chaos versus the level of chaos you need in order to focus is not a deficit or inadequacy on your part at all. It is a physical difference in your nervous system, which deserves as much validation and respect as anyone else's physical characteristics. Also, remember you have done everything within your own power to return your own self to your own zone, but there's still room for improvement in order to get you there. So therefore, your need for others' help in order to get there is valid and worthy of asking for. Tip 2 is define the needed shift. So after you have done everything within your own self to meet the need, what else is needed in order to actually get you there? So with the window example, if it's still open and you are cold, you have put that jacket on and you are still cold. So what is needed in order for you to be able to concentrate? Well, it might be that you need that window to shut. Also, if you're in a meeting and everyone is talking at once and you have no time or quiet to think for yourself about the topics that come up, say you have tried prepping before the meeting, but topics that were not expected are being presented. Also, you have tried writing things down as they come to you, but you still aren't in the zone. What do you need? Well, you need time and quiet. Tip 3 is define who will be affected by this shift and or who could help. So in the window example, if you shut that window, who else will be affected? Well, everyone else in the room, because they would experience the same temperature shift as you would. And the person that's sitting closest to the window would have the best access to actually shut the window. So in the example of people contributing so fast that you can't think, the ones that will be affected by you having time and quiet to yourself would be the people that are contributing verbally, because they could no longer do that in that mode. Also, the leader of the program would have the most pull on if your request was allowed or not. Tip 4 is consider others' possible motives for resisting your request. So in the example of the window, a motive might be that they are concerned about getting too hot. Or in the example of everyone talking so fast, their concern could be that they're not going to get the project done in time unless we continue to rapid fire. Tip 5 is brainstorming solutions to each motivation of resistance. So in the window example, perhaps you suggest that instead of shutting the window completely, maybe just partially, so that it is not as hot as it would be. Also, in the example of everyone talking so fast, perhaps you suggest everyone take 5 minutes of silence to write down all the ideas that they have. And then after the 5 minutes, everyone has a turn to present their top 2 ideas. Tip 6 is put your thoughts together in a respectful request. Starting with stating the issue and how it's affecting you, what you have done within yourself to address the need that is left over afterwards, and your prediction of a possible motive of resistance for any change on their part, and then also a suggestion of a solution that takes both their concern and your concern into consideration. So with a window, it might sound like this. The open window is making me so cold that I'm having trouble concentrating. I have tried putting on my jacket and I still am not able to concentrate. I know that moving the window at all might be concerning because at first it was open. So someone in here was hot, and I don't want you to be hot again. So how about we just close it partially so that I and you can get some relief? The example of everyone talking so fast might go like this. Everyone is talking so fast and so loud that I cannot think in order to contribute to this problem. I have tried prepping for this meeting on my own and taking my own time, but that's not working. I still can't concentrate. I know that you guys are concerned about meeting this deadline and doing this as fast as possible. How about we take 5 minutes in silence to write down all the ideas that we have. And then after those 5 minutes, everyone has a turn to present their top 2 ideas. To wrap up, sometimes as HSPs, our sensory needs are beyond our individual resources, especially in a group setting. But that does not change how valid those needs are. The tips in this video help us gain courage, creativity, and consideration to successfully recruit the truly needed help for our return to the zone. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe below with no strings attached.